So you have grown tremendously throughout the course of this season. I'm incredibly proud of you. I'm proud of just everything that we've dealt with to continue to improve and grow through this journey, okay? Now tonight's an opportunity to show where we're at, right? Tonight's an opportunity to make a statement, okay? But you can't do that, all at one time. You gotta do it play by play. You go show them what we're saying. Stay together as a team every play for 4 quarters.
Caleb Moore run through the middle instead. He cuts to the outside. He's at the 20. He's at the 10.
Rolling out now, pressure, and he's going to get sacked. Ryle looking deep. Cole Miller. Ball is up, and Miller makes the catch, and that's a Blue Jay touchdown.
Good evening, Blue Jay fans, and welcome to the playoffs here in Bondurant, Iowa, between the visiting Pella Dutch and your Bondurant for our Blue Jays. Patrick Meyer here with Josh Gibson on the call. How you doing, Josh?
Good. Great to be here. Beautiful night for football. A little more chilly than what we've seen the past, this entire season.
We've wanted air conditioning and heaters in here in the same season, so that's balmy 35 degrees feeling like 27. As we look into this action, we have the national anthem over the live speaker today instead of the band. We don't have the band or anything tonight. So,
state rules there.
Yeah, postseason action just changes things up a little bit. So, great season for them. The band finished up with marching band competitions last week. So, tonight though we're here for some football action, and the Pella and Bondurant for our rematch from a couple weeks ago. All right, welcome back, Blue Jay fans, to the playoffs here in Bondurant, Iowa. Pella Dutch and Bondurant for our Blue Jays about to get started here in the first round of the playoffs.
Looks like Pella is going to be receiving the kick to start the
All right, welcome back. The Dutch just picked up a first down on a Hardman run, 15-yard carry. Same motion here. Dyer's going out left. See if they'll try and pass out of it this time. They do. It's a backwards pass to Kern.
It's live. That's live.
And ball's still loose. Ball's still loose. And Blue Jays say they have it. And they do. The Blue Jays recover the fumble on the backwards pass, trying to get sneaky. I think they were trying to trick us, and they tricked everybody.
Yeah, I wasn't for sure if that was going to be a double pass because it was backwards.
Yeah.
And there is the old ball skip trick, which I don't know if that was intentional
right.
but everybody thinks, oh, the play is dead, but really it's not because it's backwards.
It's hard to tell on a windy day if that's what it is, but what that turns out to be is a run, fumble, and a Blue Jay first down at the 45-yard line. And Blue Jays are looking to make something happen here.
And that's really important on a night like this where it might be a little hard to throw the football. It might be hard to move it consistently. Don't want to give teams a short field.
Caleb Moore, right side, picks up 3 on the play. Tackle by Warner.
And I would anticipate, like we saw last game, probably a lot of Caleb Moore. I would definitely think another 25-carry night for sure. On a night like this where it is still pretty gusty out and it's cold. Your wide receivers aren't used to catching the football just yet. Hard adjustment throwing the football. So whoever can control the ground game is really going to be ahead of the game.
Ryle looking to pass, gets the ball up to Batney. Batney tries to get to the outside. 5 guys, needs to get down. They're trying to rip the ball away. Good job holding on to it, and he's going to be a first down all the way to the 32-yard line.
And I like that. That's a nice, easy throw to get things started. Just a quick hitch. Don't really have to do a whole lot, and really not much risk if it's a bad throw or he drops it. Not really out much.
And it pulls some guys out of the middle because I'm sure Pella's thinking we're going to try and go heavy on Caleb Moore as well. Yep. Even though they saw a lot of Batney in the first half last time. Caleb Moore to the right side, cuts back to the middle, has the left side. He's at the 20, he's at the 15, he's at the 10 and the 5, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Gain of 28 for Caleb Moore on the cut to the backside.
Yeah, real nice job here out of the offensive line. A little power to the right, and Caleb sees a pretty big gap to the left and makes a really nice cut. And really, Pella had over pursued, and there was nobody left on that side of the field.
Blue Jays are going to have first and goal from the 4. Same formation for the Blue Jays. Miller and Riak coming left. Caleb Moore in the backfield behind Jordan Ryle. Snap up, or Moore to the middle. Cuts to the left. And good shoestring tackle there. Probably saved a touchdown. Number 3, that's Lake Cowman on the tackle.
Nice job out of Pella to really kind of plug the middle there and force Caleb to bounce that thing to the outside where they were sitting and waiting for him. Like you said, a nice tackle out of number 3. A couple other guys got to the party, though, as well.
Sure. Opposite side here. Cole and Batney high side. Jordan takes the snap. Caleb Moore trying to get to the right side. Good pressure from the defensive line. Pushes him back into the backfield, and he's going to lose 2 yards.
That initial penetration really kind of cost him. He lost his footing a little bit. I thought he was going to be able to maybe bounced that thing to the outside, but he was just slowed down too much.
That was Ben Wilcox getting that initial pressure into the backfield.
Yeah, nice play out of 32 there.
This is where you're really missing Reed Falsgraf. You would isolate him one-on-one and let him go up and get it, but not going to be an option tonight.
No, but we still got some other guys I think we can chuck it around to. And you're at the 5-yard line. I still think you can run it here 2 times. You don't want you to get in that mindset of you got to throw it.
Ryle looking to pass. Has Miller. Throws it a little behind him. Is going to be incomplete.
We'll see what we do here. It looks like
field goal unit.
We are rolling the field goal unit out. I wasn't for sure what would do. Sometimes it's not that easy to kick on a cold night.
No, but I like the idea. You're in the center, and you want to get some points on the board. You really don't want this to go for nothing.
It's 2 yards different than a PAT. Yeah. So if you like kicking PATs, this one should be you should feel pretty confident about this as well.
Jace Robinson in. He's been kicking extra points pretty much since game 2, I think. Game 2 or 3. Snap down, shot up, and it is good. Jace Robinson gets the Blue Jays on the board with a field goal.
I think both teams right now might be a little bit happy. Jays are happy they got some points on the board, and Pella's probably thinking, hey, we might have escaped a bullet there with Caleb getting that thing inside the 5-yard line and making a goal line stand. So,
well, and it really goes down to the Pella defensive hustle, not giving up on that play, because somebody pushing him out at 3 saved him 4 points. Always hustle.
So kind of what we expected out of the Blue Jay offense with a couple passes mixed in. We'll see if we can have a little bit better coverage here than we did last time.
Well, and it was actually a shorter kick, too.
It was probably about that 10, 15-yard line.
You know, Nick Fonts has been on the team now for about 9 days as the kicker.
Well, like we mentioned, it is harder the ball will not fly as far tonight unless you get the wind behind you, as it normally would.
Looks like Dyers and Lawrence back to return. Low line drive, trying to get that bounce. Lawrence takes it at the 15, brings it out to the 20, trying to get to the outside. And is that Fellers with the lift and tackle?
Kind of looked like a 2-point takedown.
Yeah.
So not as good starting position for Pella, but pretty decent from the 30-yard line.
Picking off the Blue Jays was number 28, Nick Fonts. On the return was number 13.
So they're going to get the ball at the 31 to start this second drive.
First and 10 from the 31.
Dutch starting with 5 wide, trips to the right, twins to the left. Hardman by himself.
Could be spread you out to run it here.
They're trying to get the ball outside again, out to Sherley. That almost was backwards too. Good open field tackle there. That's Parker Ernst on that.
Yeah, I definitely think it was backwards, and a really nice job of pursuing the football. Normally we don't see Parker this far out. Usually he's in a defensive end spot. But with that 5 wide, we had to roll another guy out of the box. And Hardman is their leading rusher, so I think we will see a lot of that where you get 4 or 5 wide just to empty it out a little bit, let him run a little bit more.
Dyer's coming in motion out of the backfield to the right. Hardman fakes it, tries to go right up to Miller. And Parker Ernst makes another tackle there.
Which our audience did not see their first play. He ran for about 15 yards, right about 15 on a very similar play to what they just ran.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Blue Jays look to be rotating in maybe a more run-stopping defense here.
Well, one thing that Bondurant does, maybe a little bit different than other people, is they will personnel. They will look at what guys you've got on the field and kind of adapt to that. So opposite of Iowa Hawkeye football.
4 receivers to the left. Hardman looking left the whole time. Gets the ball out quick. Great open field tackle by Cole Miller, but that's going to be a first down. That pass was to number 44, the tight end, Cor Heiser.
That looked like a chest catch right there, which I don't blame people tonight. Normally you don't want that ball to get up on you, but it's a little bit colder. Doesn't feel as good on the fingers. So second first down there for Pella. They did have one on their opening drive that we missed.
Quads right. Hardman takes a snap, fakes, goes up the middle, and Batney's going to chase him down from behind. Gain of 5 on the play, though. And I think if you're the Blue Jays, this is okay. You're going to let him run for a little bit on these 5-yard carries to make sure you don't give up a bomb.
It's interesting to see what Pella's going to try to do, because obviously a couple weeks ago they really beat us on some downfield balls, and it looks like we've adjusted our coverage here a little bit. We've got a guy underneath and we've got a guy deep, so we're not going to allow that to happen. So I do think he probably is going to have to run more efficiently than what he did the first time against us.
Dyers almost loses the ball and does lose the ball, picks it back up and picks up 4 yards. What a great recovery there by Emmanuel Dyers.
That was a Sunday hop right there. He, as you call it, he was struggling with the handoff initially and then ended up losing it, and it literally bounced right back up to him on the run.
So Dutch are bringing in number 8. That's Reed Beard, and most of the time when they brought him in, they were doing a quarterback draw or a quarterback power, however you want to look at it, with him in there. So look for them to follow him on the carry.
And this thing's close enough where you would think you might just line up and QB sneak it. They are pretty slow out of the huddle right now.
They go left side behind Beard and pick up the first down. That's going to be a gain of 4.
Pretty good push there out of the Dutch. Pretty easy first down on 3rd and 1.
So the extra lineman and the fullback go out, and they're back probably to running 4 or 5 wide here from the 43-yard line with first down. 5 minutes remaining in the first.
Yeah, we'll see if they make any attempts to throw the ball down the field. So far, we've really only seen quick passes, a couple bubble screens. The middle of the field is open.
Dyer's up the middle, and he uses that open middle that you were just talking about and picks up a first down all the way to the 31.
Yeah, I don't like that push right there. We haven't seen that a whole lot this year, teams being able to do that to us. Pella pulls their backside tackle, so kind of a power play. Most people pull their guard. They pulled their tackle on that one.
Curtin Shetterly going to the left side. It's going to be Barnes to the near side. They got that fullback, tight end, however you want to look at it. Dyers takes the ball up the middle. Nowhere to really go this time. Blue Jays are going to shut it down for a gain of 2.
Well, and I'm sure Pella right now, they're looking at the way we're lining up, and we've got probably the lightest box that we normally play with. When we talk about the box, we're talking about the number of guys really within the tight ends. And normally we play with as many guys as the other team has got. And right now, we're not doing that. We're playing a little bit lighter because they did throw for 350 yards the first game. Now this one, we do make a little bit of an adjustment and put a few more guys in.
Hardman takes a snap, looking for a pass out, and Carter Albright with a good close to bring down Barnes.
Yeah, great coverage there. You'll live with that tonight. 3 or 4 yard pickup. Tackled immediately. That's good coverage out of Carter. The thing you're going to have to be aware of those next time is the hitch and go, or the down out down. Going to fake that pass and then go deep on you. You just can't bite on it.
So 3rd and 5 from the 25, and we were watching pregame. Hardman was on the 30 hitting some field goals. So
he is an all-around player. He punts it for him. He kicks it for him. Leading rusher, leading passer. I'm guessing QB run here. Nope.
Hardman looking for the pass, and that ball is tipped away into the hands of Talon Hayworth, and he's going to get brought down at the 22-yard line. Interception, Blue Jays.
I thought for sure we'd see another QB run with us only having 5 guys really in the box, but they try to throw that 4 wide receiver side, and there's a lot of bodies over there. Ball gets deflected. That's advantage defense.
Cole Miller, you see on that replay, jumps up and tips the ball, and then Hayworth is just catching it right in the breadbasket there.
Yeah, the initial throw really wasn't that close to the wide receiver. I'm not for sure if he was expecting a different route or, hey, it's just that cold and we can't throw it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So Blue Jays will start their second drive at the 22 this time. Riak and Miller coming near side. Caleb Moore behind Jordan. Low snap. Ryle handles it, gets it to Moore, and he tries to come to the backside, gains 3 yards on the play.
probably should have been about a 1-yard gain, but a great effort out of Caleb to kind of fight through there and get a couple extra yards. And we're seeing Pella kind of do a similar thing that we're doing in really bracketing this 2 wide receiver side, pulling a guy out that's going to be the underneath guy and then 2 guys over the top. Obviously worried about Ryle's ability to throw it around.
Twins right. Vanderlinden in at the fullback. And we're going to have a timeout, Blue Jays. That's their first.
It looked like when we came out of the timeout that we weren't for sure where to line up.
So Blue Jays have a 3-0 lead and the ball, 2:27 remaining in the first. I'm sure everybody that's watching this game probably has already looked at brackets, but the winner of this game will play the winner of Norwalk and Glenwood. That game is tied at 0s over in Glenwood. That's a rematch of last week. So we'll
tough draw for Norwalk having to go back there 2 consecutive weeks, and there is no perfect formula for the playoffs. You don't really want to see a rematch like we've got in the first round, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to play somebody, and that's just the way it works out. Otherwise, you might end up with 3 or 4 hour drives.
Yeah. For the most part, they matched up, your traditional seeding style, 116, 215. This would be a 5-12 seed according to the RPI, which, that's about as fair as you can do.
I thought that the matchups were well done.
Yep. I don't have any criticism on that one. I think they did the best of the situation they could have as far as trying to allocate people. So Blue Jays will come out of this timeout with Twins left. Caleb Moore lined up behind Ryle again. Ryle looking to pass, looking downfield, gets it out to Caleb Moore, and Moore stays in bounds, makes a spin move, and going to pick up the first down. Great effort by Caleb Moore.
Yeah, I thought initially that ball was not going to get to him, but ended up being a heck of a throw. A really nice catch out of Caleb. And then he shows his athleticism, breaking 2 tackles here and just kind of dragging a couple guys out of bounds.
We got a man down. We got a
Looks
man
like
down for the Dutch.
20.
Is that 28?
28 or 26. I can't quite.
28 would be Austin Schulte. So we'll let him be attended to.
And 26 is Nathaniel Warner. He's their leading tackler. But you think it's 28?
I'm not confident on that either way. But either way, I think it's a reasonable loss for them. But yeah, 26 is Nathaniel Warner. That is their leading tackler, just a sophomore, but really has been kind of a key to their defense. He comes into this game with almost 55 tackles and 2 interceptions to go with it. So one thing that's for sure, the games so far between Pella and Bondurant Farrar have not been good for injuries.
No, there's been a couple bad ones so far this year, unfortunately. He is getting up, though, slowly. I'll have to.
Walking slow, but walking, so that's a good sign for the Dutch.
I'm going to take a look back here and see if we can see what happened to the young man here.
So Blue Jays will have first down at the 33-yard line after that Caleb Moore reception.
Yeah, he's the initial guy to Caleb, so I'm not sure if he hit his head on the ground.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Caleb's not a fun guy to get hit by, and in that case, I would argue it was more of a hit by.
I think it was the ground.
Yeah. Batney left, Cole right. Cole actually lined up close to the edge. They're still waiting for Warner to get all the way off. But now we're ready to play here. 2:18 remaining in the first. Ryle calls for the snap. Pitch out Moore. Moore brings it right back up the middle, and he's got a lane, and he's going to push a guy out of the way, keep running. He's all the way to the almost to the 40. A little boost from his lineman, and going to get brought down at the 39-yard line.
It's a great job.
He hit a 28.
Great job blocking. He had a really nice seam. And then safety for Pella didn't really wrap up, just kind of shouldered him, and Caleb was able to drag that party for another 10 yards or so.
Jack Briggs, the eventual tackler on that play. First down at the 39. Twins right for the Blue Jays. That heavy dose of Caleb Moore continues, and that ball popped out. nobody's given much of a reaction, so I'm guessing the Blue Jays got back on it. There's the second down signal. All right.
Yeah,
so gain of 3.
I wasn't sure if the ball actually came out or if he just got tugged to the ground immediately.
On the carry, number 2, Caleb Moore.
Well, he
Either way.
did lose it.
Yeah.
Yep, and he was able to jump back on it.
Good
so
awareness.
Fortunate bounce there. Each team's had one of those so far where could have definitely went the other way.
One thing that happens when it gets cold, your fingers don't quite work the same and lose the ball a little bit more easily. Ryle able to pick that one up off the turf. Caleb Moore finds a lane. He's going to be really close to a first down as Dalton House pancakes a guy 15 yards downfield.
Yeah, right now we've had about 3 or 4 of those snaps that are pretty low.
I'll take low over high, though.
True.
I mean,
it's just it is at some point in time going to be an issue.
Yeah.
Especially if it gets on the ground. But it could throw the timing off the play as well. So we definitely got to
We
get
did have
those
one in the
up.
first game with them that went over the head into the end zone for a touchdown. So happy to avoid that. But this might be the last play of this quarter. Ryle hands it off to Moore. Moore up to the right side, kicks it to the outside. He's going to have a first down, and he's still fighting for more yards as there's some action at the 10-yard line between Batney and Kurt. I think they're getting some real familiarity over there.
And this is really what the Jays needed to see tonight was that ability to pound the football. And they are really creating some nice gaps for Caleb to run through, and he's doing a great job of finishing them.
Gain of 16. We will get one more play this half.
This quarter.
Or a quarter, yes, sorry. Trying to jump ahead, I guess. First down at the 13-yard line. Would not be surprised to see this heavy dosage of Caleb Moore continue.
See a little change in coverage here out of Pella.
And they get into the backfield. Moore's able to slide forward and get back to the line of scrimmage. Had some men deep in the backfield. Looked like they almost would have had him for a loss.
Well, and it looks like Pella came up with the football, but the white hat was saying that Caleb was down. And I kind of wonder if we're going to see that change here a little bit with Pella. There they went cover 0, which means he got no safety help over the top, and put another guy into the box because of the way we're running the football.
So at the end of the first, Blue Jays have a 3-0 lead. And on the verge of scoring again. Good time to give a quick thank you to our game day sponsor tonight, former Blue Jay himself, Austin Sullivan. Austin Sullivan Real Estate, just, constantly working. He played for you, right?
Yep, many years ago.
What do you think he's more effective at, getting to the quarterback or selling houses?
Well, I tell you what, he's got similarities in both areas. He works extremely hard. He worked extremely hard as a football player to get to the level that he was, and he works extremely hard as a realtor. So just kind of who he is.
So we thank Austin for continuing to support the Blue Jays, a proud alumni and just a great community member, and we appreciate everything he does. You'll find him with the men's club a lot as well and things like that, and just an all-around pretty decent guy, I guess. I don't want to talk about too much. We'll keep it a decent guy, right? Coming out of the break, starting this second quarter.
This is super important for the Blue Jays. I feel like you just don't want to come out of here with another field goal.
Yeah,
got to get this thing in the end zone. Pella's going back to that bracket coverage a little bit, so one less guy.
Ryle going to look to pass. Has Miller coming across the Miller. That's a Blue Jay touchdown. Jordan Ryle to Cole Miller for 13 yards.
Yeah, I wasn't for sure if anybody was going to get open there.
It was just a good job of Cole continuing the route. I'm not sure if that was the route he actually had, but he kind of just found a hole.
Well, the important part was Ryle had absolutely no pressure whatsoever.
Right. Great job by the line. Amazing protection.
Even after he threw it, there was nobody that even close to him.
Robinson in for the extra point. Kick is the line, drive through, and that's going to give the Blue Jays a 10-0 lead.
And that's exactly what the Blue Jays needed to do, get that ball in the end zone, make this thing a 2-score game. We did see last week Pella got down 16-0 to Gilbert and was able to battle back.
They can score quickly, as they showed the first time we played them. It's a high leverage deep ball team and it's tougher in the wind.
And I'm not sure if there's an advantage directionally tonight because it looks like the wind, judging by the flags, is more of a crosswind. Up here we don't get any, so I'm not for sure.
I'm not sad about that. I'm happily enclosed and not feeling the wind, but I do think it's probably blowing right at our flag crew, and they have it coming.
Yeah.
Blue Jays going to kick the other direction now, so we'll see a little bit, I guess, if that makes a difference. Nick Fonts in to kick. Low line drive again, and Dyer's going to field it at the 10, looking for a lane, and he's had some really good returns. Blue Jays are going to bring him down at the 36.
Pretty good job of being patient there and allowing that to develop. Yeah, this is about what they've averaged. They've been the 30, 35, and 40 roughly.
I'll give you a quick update. Norwalk and Glenwood tied at 0 still.
It looked like Norwalk kicked a field goal but was blocked by Glenwood.
Okay. Gut feeling says it's probably not much different in weather over in Glenwood than it is here.
A little further south, but I don't think far enough to make a difference.
Hardman with the running back next to him takes a snap, looking to pass. Batney's got there, not going to get there in time, and Talon Hayworth able to knock the ball away. Current's looking for a flag. Looked like really solid defense from Hayworth coming around at the last second. We're pretty far away, but.
And that's a big difference because a couple of weeks ago that was a catch and a touchdown. It did help that Batney had some nice pressure, made Hardman step up, but he still delivered a pretty darn good ball.
Yep.
It was maybe just a hair behind.
But if Hayworth isn't there, I mean that's definitely catchable. And
yeah, it was a strike.
Quad left. Hardman fakes, runs up the middle, but nowhere to go this time. Vanderlinden meets him in the hole and pushes him back 15 yards. Oh, I don't know. I felt like he fell on his own there, but
he might have sold that one.
Yeah.
But once they blow that whistle, you gotta stop.
I mean, we said he was an all-around player. You know, he's a passer, runner, kicker, punter.
That's tough. Ref's standing right there. You almost got to hold him up. So, you can't let that happen. Shockingly, the crowd does not like it.
The Blue Jay fans are not appreciative, but good adjustment from the Blue Jays not giving up, the run there, as Hardman's had pretty good success every time he's done that quarterback draw, and Vanderlinden was there to stop it this time.
Yeah, it was kind of a double linebacker blitz, both right up the middle, and not enough guys to block them.
Dyer's man in motion to the right. Hardman looking to pass, and there's a flag for a false start on the Dutch. Their second one of those. Dropping back to the 44-yard line for 1st and 15.
Which coach hates to see that when you got a wide receiver that goes in motion. Just watch the football go off the movement.
Blue Jays going to switch to more of a passing defense.
Yeah, you're going to see Pella subs a lot, so we're going to be subbing a lot. You're going to be a lot of guys running in and off the field. They're going to get a workout in tonight. Keep them warm.
Dyers takes the carry up the middle, and Jordan Riles going to make the tackle, gain of 4 on the play.
We've seen that play a few times now, and Blue Jays do a little bit better job defending that one.
I gave him 5 yards on that.
Pull that backside tackle. And he leads up through the hole. That looks like number 70, Van Kieft.
So Harrison Mullins coming in. Dyer's going out. Quad left. I don't feel like Mullins has been out there a whole lot. Hardman gets hit in the backfield by Vanderlinden, and that ball's going to be incomplete.
And you see that. You got 5 wide receivers. You're going to take 5 guys and guard them. And you're going to bring 6, and they only got 5 guys to block. And right there, Vanderlinden was unblocked. He was the guy uncovered. They did a pretty good job on the other 5,
Yeah.
but Hardman's going to have to make a quick decision then.
And he was timed up pretty well to hit him right as he let go.
Brings up a big 3rd and 10 here.
Trips left, Twins close on the right side, or no, just one on the right. It's going to be timeout Blue Jays. That'll be their second.
Pretty good timeout here if you're not confident in what you got called or what you got out there. Because right now you're kind of in that position of, hey, we force a punt. We're really in command.
Yeah, and you're in a midfield far enough away that they really kind of have to punt. You know, you get closer, you can start thinking about 4-down territory. But right here, I think you really have to punt.
Yeah, it would have to be 4th and very short, I think.
Indianola up 7-3 over Xavier right now.
Well, we did see this Pella team has beat Xavier earlier this year. Had a pretty decent lead on them, too.
Yeah, we really – like, it's harder to catch Xavier games over here because they're on the different network and whatnot. But, yeah, so I feel like they're kind of an unknown. Western Dubuque up 14-0 over Newton. That's not all that surprising. Lewis Central up 21-0 over Lamar's. That's really not surprising.
Nope.
3rd and 10 here. Trips left. Dyer's in the backfield.
4A is very balanced this year. I mean, honestly, you don't know who's going to win each night.
Yeah. Ball's on the ground. Hardman has to cover it, and that's going to be an 8-yard loss for Hardman.
It was going to be a pass there, but couldn't tell if the ball was a little bit low or if he just didn't catch it. I think he might have been getting out of there a little quick. Catchable, but a little bit lower than what you'd like.
Yeah. Well, and if you're looking to move right on the snap, you're looking for a more accurate snap. And
he knows he's probably going to have to get rid of it quickly.
Landon Corey back to receive for the Blue Jays. Hardman to punt. Hardman snap. No, that wasn't Hardman. That was, it was. Everybody's going to get away.
It's kind of a slow snap, and it was kind of a slow punt.
Yep. No pressure.
Not a big one.
No return. Blue Jays will have it at the 32-yard line, and in all honesty, as long as that ball's not flying downfield, I'm fine with letting that thing go dead. No risk.
It did not take a normal turf bounce there.
Yeah.
So definitely beneficial to us. We'll see if Pella makes any adjustments here. I just feel like if they're going to keep bracketing the 2 wide receiver side, which we appear we're going to run just about every play, I don't know if they have enough guys in the box to tackle Caleb Moore.
Handoff Moore right side. And that ball pops out, and that's going to be a Dutch recovery.
Well,
Blake Kalman.
They didn't have enough guys in there because that was a 10-yard run, but unfortunately Caleb was put on the turf a couple times tonight.
Yeah. So you're going to basically give it back to him right where they punted from.
A little bit closer.
Yeah. Not what you wanted, not the end of the world. 9:23 remaining in the first half.
No, because, you just feel like we got the ability to drive down and score on them here, and you get up 17-0. That really changes things.
We only have 10 guys on the field, I think. Oh, no, we have
Now you got 11. Somebody ran on late.
Fellers ran on late, and it's going to – oh, no, he almost got away. Ryder Miller gets the sack. Hardman almost got away, but Miller's able to hold on. 3-yard loss on the sack.
Well, maybe only having 10 out there threw Pella off a little bit.
I mean, I guess if a guy runs on late, you don't know where he's going to go to on defense.
He did run to the safety spot, so he didn't totally have an outcome in that play. But luckily we did get 11 out there. Not having a safety could be bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't want to leave no help over the top, especially if it's because you only have 10 guys on the field.
That's a good response, though, out of the D after a turnover.
Shetterly in motion, comes inside. Hardman trying to get to the right side. And Ernst is going to bring him down. Gets the 3 yards back and nothing more. Batney applied some good pressure on the edge, which made Harbin go a little bit farther backfield, and Parker was able to track him down.
Sometimes you don't make the play, but you do make the play, and he does a nice job of taking on the two blockers and really stretching it out further than what they want to. It allows your teammates to run that thing down and really limit the gain there.
So it's 3rd and 10 now.
Now this might be a spot, you're on the other side of the 50, where maybe Pella doesn't throw it.
Or do you throw a short pass, seeing if you can break a run, willing to go
Try
again?
to get it in manageable. Oh, and he
that
had
ball's
him.
just high.
Yeah, he had him.
Deers was open, but
It
and
just
it looked like that's exactly what they're doing, looking for a drop-off pass. And if he picks up the first down, great. If he doesn't, they're still going to go for it on 4th. But
he just came from the running back position and leaked out in the flat, and really nobody was there. I'm not sure if Batney kind of caused that high throw because he was kind of in front of him. But, yeah, I'm sure he wishes he could have that throw back.
So Hardman at the 45 for the punt here. Blue Jays still don't really bring any pressure. And Corey's going to let that thing bounce, and it's going to go.
That one's going to be a little bit better for Pella.
To
about
the 3-yard line. Did he say somebody touched it? Is that why he's bringing it back up? He threw the sandbag at the 7.
Huh.
I didn't necessarily see that, but he was in way better spot than I. So
oh, he might have
touched it
when
with
he
his
went
hand.
by
All
it.
right.
He at least thinks he did.
The official clearly says it. So.
Yep, and that's why they throw that beanbag out to mark where the ball was touched.
So Blue Jays will have it 1st down at the 7.
This time we split our wide receivers.
Ryle looking to throw, gets it out to Miller, who's brought down immediately by Kurt. Oh, no, it's going to be incomplete.
I think the hit forced the football out. It was pretty good timing. It was a nice timing route, but also a nice job out of Kurt to hit him as he was catching the football. Yeah, it definitely looked like he had it initially, but couldn't haul it in.
Official was in a good spot to see all that go down. So 2nd down and 10. Twins right. Handoff Moore up the middle. Bounces, rolls, and is going to be near the 1st down marker. He's going to be a yard or 2 short, but a good 2nd down carry.
3rd and 2. Basically pretty identical to the play that he just ran and fumbled on. Very open.
Yep.
He'll take that lane every single time. House pulled, and there was nobody there for him to hit.
Glenwood did score a touchdown.
And here we see that cover 0. They add an extra guy to the box.
And Moore gets through the first line, and he's going to spin down, gets tackled by Reed Beard, but not before he gains 5 on the play.
And I just feel like Pella's going to have to go to that. Otherwise, Caleb's going to keep gouging him.
Yeah. I mean, it really is it's not a balanced offense right now, but the risk of Ryle being able to complete to those 2 guys is enough that you have to play it balanced.
Yep, you're just going to have to make a decision. You want to keep getting gouged on the ground game or try to make them throw it. Here they go, cover 0.
And Caleb Moore's out to the left side behind Baker. He's going to get brought down for a gain of 7.
And it might not matter if they're going to block like that.
Good lead block there by Bryce Baker.
You're watching him warm up. I didn't think he would pull, but there he is. He's out pulling. He suffered a knee injury earlier this year and recently came back last week. He's got a pretty big brace on it.
Oh, we got an injury for the Dutch over there. Looks like, is that number 12, Jack Briggs? Yeah, that's Jack Briggs limping off. He's on his own feet walking off, so hopefully.
And did we see?
I don't think Warner's been back in. Nathaniel
I do not see him out there. If he's not out there right now, I'm guessing he's probably not been back in, which is unfortunate for Pella, being their leading tackler and the guy that kind of patrols the middle for him.
I don't necessarily see him specifically on the sidelines, but I think the only person sitting is number 12 Briggs that just went and sat down. Ryle takes the snap, hands it to Moore again, cuts to the left side, makes a man miss, and he's got a first down, and he's still going. They're trying to rip the ball out, but not able to, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at midfield. Gain of 21.
Initial blocking is fantastic. Again, we see Baker pull here, I think, in Vanderlinden, but Caleb puts a heck of a move on Deers, kind of leaves him in the dust.
Not sure how they didn't give him forward progress to the 50, but we'll let it slide. 49-yard line. Under 6-minute mark now.
He'll get that yard here.
He'll get that yard here. It does seem highly probable that he's going to get the ball handed to him again. Split receivers this time. Little play action pitch. Ryle looking to pass. Has Miller. He's going to go out of bounds for a gain of 5.
I think they really wanted to go downfield to Batney, but Pella does a great job of covering that up. He runs a little post corner, but it wasn't open. So takes the underneath route, a little safer pass, and we'll take 5 yards.
Nope. As good as a first down run. 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line. Miller to the right, Batney to the left. Ryle takes the snap, has to jump on it, picks it up. He's going to try and run it himself. Great block there by Miller. And he's going to be at the 20, at the 10. And
he got in, but it's
touchdown, Blue Jays, but there's a flag, and I think they're calling Miller for an illegal block there on the crackback because you can't crack back without leading with your hands.
Which is tough because
great run by Ryle.
I think Ryle was gone either way.
Well, and that's where you want to lay him out, but you really just need to set a screen.
Yep, you just got to get in their way. They've changing the rules of football, trying to make things as safe as possible, which, is great. That right there was not a dangerous hit whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah, and we've all seen the crazy, really bad crackback blocks that they were trying to get out of the game. That wasn't it, but it's still a penalty as the rule stands.
They called a hold.
So they didn't even call that on Miller.
Well, and so maybe that wasn't on Miller. Could have been on somebody else.
Costly nonetheless. Should be from the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 15.
Yeah, either way, disappointing for the Blue Jays because that was I feel like Jordan has the ability to run more than what he has, and right there he showed what he can do running the football. He does such a great job of hanging in the pocket, and he's going to make the throw, not tuck and run.
Well, and you always feel a little bit scared when you see the ball on the ground and the quarterback picks it up, but Ryle is just really smart with it. Gets to the outside as fast as he can, so it's one-on-one and picks up a couple blocks. But Ryle drops the ball that time, and he's just going to get brought down in the backfield.
Well, last week we saw one go over his head that he picked up and ended up getting about a 20-yard pass play to Batney, having that mindset of, hey, I got to throw this thing away, but he happened to be wide open. So I think that one was probably on Ryle. The one before was probably on the center. We're lucky we didn't fumble it again.
He might just be gassed from the 50-yard sprint he just did. But
Noah Parsons came in there and made a nice tackle from behind. So this definitely changes things. 3rd and really long. 3rd and 23 is what they have on the board.
Looked like Ben Wilcox got up holding his shoulder on that last one, too. Something to keep an eye on for the Dutch. Feel like the guy on the high side just ran off sides, but Ryle tries to set up the screen to Moore. I'm not even sure if that was incomplete. Yep.
I don't think he caught it. And
it
Pella
wasn't going anywhere anyway.
Yeah, Pella was sitting on that thing, which they probably should be. 3rd and long. We've had a lot of success with screen passes.
Yeah. So it's going to be 4th down and 23.
Looked like a very promising drive there.
Yep.
Couple unfortunate plays.
4:40 remaining is enough time, more than you'd wanted to give Pella, but need a nice punt here to get some momentum. We'll see if Pella maybe comes with a block attempt or anything. Not tremendously. Ryle with a great punt over Kern's head, and that's going to go all the way into the –
barely. Ooh.
Almost pinned him at the 1, just not quite able to get it there.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the official pulled his.
I think he threw a beanbag and pulled a hamstring at the same time.
He definitely threw a beanbag at the 1, and he's trying to walk off a pulled hamstring. Oh, man.
Cold weather got him.
So the beanbag, in theory, would be that they did pin it outside of the end zone. We'll see if that's actually what they stick with or not. But what a tremendous punt by Jordan Ryle, standing at his own 22 when he lets it fly and has it go all the way to the end zone. And wait, we have a penalty on the Blue Jays? Illegal procedure? All right. Well, you know.
That's really too bad. Very unfortunate.
Something tells me Current is not going to stand quite where he was last time just for the risk of it going over his head.
We'll see how this turns out, but that, very well could be a 30-yard difference.
Yeah. I don't think he got to it before it was in the
I
end
don't
zone,
think
but
so either.
He threw the beanbag like it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, especially by everybody's reaction, I think everybody knew that one was in the end zone.
So snap high, Ryle. Kick, low line drive this time. Going to look for a bounce. Doesn't get it. Well, gets a little bit of a roll.
Still going to work out fairly close to where it was going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, the 23-yard line,
Yeah.
The touchback would have been the 20. So it's just a lot cooler to have a net 60-yard punt.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how punts can look so different but have very similar results because that first one was bombed.
Yeah.
Probably his best punt all year. He just
for
absolutely wailed on that one.
Glenwood just scored again. They're up 13-0 with the PAT pending.
It looks like our neighbor Norfolk is up 10-0 as well.
Okay.
More points than they scored the first time around against Ballard.
Yeah, they lost 6-7 the first time. Hardman hands it off to Dyers. Dyers trying to get to this side. That's clearly a hold. I mean, Parker is trying to run backwards, and his jersey is getting pulled off, but they're not going to call that even though they called one on the 50-yard run. I don't know that that's going to make fans happy. Dyer is going to pick up 3 yards on the carry.
I think that was Joey George you were referring to.
Oh, was it Joey George?
Yep.
Oh,
Parker was in coverage. So I think it was the 30 and the 10.
Well, the 30 turned into a 10 when he was holding it, so. Yeah. All right, Twins right. Heiser in motion. Hardman rolling to the right, and that ball is going to be high off Heiser's hands. Catchable, but not caught.
Yeah, Luke's had a little bit of a hard time hitting some of those shorter passes tonight. Ones I'm guessing he normally completes.
So 3rd and 7 here.
Because he had that one. Court was definitely open. And was going to have a first down.
You got Barnes near side. Current up on the high side with Shetterly, I believe. Hardman rolling to the right. Vanderlyn is coming at him. Screen pass set up, and Caleb Moore reads it like a book. Dyer's brought down in the backfield, and that's going to bring up 4th and long.
I'm sure that he was Caleb's responsibility, and Caleb just read him from the get-go. No lineman picked him up. He just keyed him the whole time, saw him break off, and was there almost to make the reception himself.
Let's have it. 4th and 12 from the 21.
Hardman back to punt. Landon Corey back to receive. Punt up and away. Line drive. Corey's going to tell everyone to get away. Gets a nice little roll, but Blue Jays are going to have great starting field position at the 41-yard line with 2.5 minutes to go.
Good opportunity here for the Blue Jays. Short enough field. You've only got one timeout left, but still plenty of time, especially the way that that we can move the ball down the field. You can still run the ball.
Yep.
You got plenty of time. The clock stops when you get out of bounds or a first down.
I mean, step one is make sure they don't get the ball back because you get the ball coming out of half, so you could have a 2-score lead and the ball coming out of halftime.
Go get this initial first down,
right,
and you'll be rolling.
Is this the official that got hurt?
I think, yeah.
He's moving okay. I think he's still reaching down. I think he's still feeling
Still stretching.
but
He's just going to have to suck it up. We don't have any backup officials.
a little delayed pitch. Moore tried to get up the middle. Noah Parsons on the tackle. Gain of 2.
Pretty good job out of Pella there. It was kind of a slower developing play. And Pella's D isn't overly big, but they run really well. So those type of plays, typically they'll probably do better against.
And Parsons is a really good athlete, and he read it well enough. It almost looked like a play-action pass switched to the run, the way it slow motion developed.
It probably will set up a play somewhere in the future.
Hayworth finishing guys in pancake motion every time.
Yeah, I don't think Leathers was very happy about that one.
Moore, I think, landed uncomfortably on the ball. Hopefully that's all it is.
Yeah, that would definitely change the dynamic of the game on both sides. Because I think, is Caleb our leading tackler?
He's got to be close.
Yeah. I think he overtook that. So, yeah, losing him there and losing him on offense would be detrimental. Hopefully it's just kind of
so you're going to have
nothing
Nolan
serious.
Fellers come in. You got 4 wide. Ryle looks to pass right away, up over the top of Albright, incomplete.
you're probably going to punt this one. If you got Caleb, I think you got no problem lining up and go for it. But up 10-0, don't give them a short field.
It's maybe a little surprising that you didn't do a run play to burn some of that clock, but
however, and it could be we're going to try to draw them off sides, but it looks like we are going for it.
Your quarterback is your punter. I mean, if you could always do a quick kick if you wanted to get a little fancy.
A little creative, yep.
I'm not necessarily advising that, but it does look like we're going to go for it.
Going to go empty
backfield. Yep. This might just be, Ryle coming up under center. We haven't snapped a ball under
center. No, they're just trying to draw them off.
In, 8 years we haven't snapped one under center? So, timeout taken. That'll be the Blue Jays' third and final timeout.
So the question will be, what do you do now coming out of timeout? Now you got a little extra time to think about it, what play you want to go to. Maybe gives Caleb enough time
he's jogging up
to
and down
get back
the
in there. He's a little gimpy, but I don't know if that's the route you want to go right now.
Punt this, yeah. I mean, he may be ready to go, but you don't need him to be ready to go. Just punt it deep and play some over-the-top coverage and go in with a 10-0 lead.
Make them drive it 80 yards.
Yeah.
And it does appear that we are going to punt. I think we're short a guy, though.
Yep. Luckily, they noticed that, so good job out of the players to recognize they were short a man. If you're the Dutch, do you come after this?
It's hard. These punt formations, I think it's made it a little bit more challenging to get to and block. You just don't see as many as you used to. It does not appear that they're going to.
Little pressure, but not much. Ryle gets it off. Current makes the catch at the 15, and Blue Jays are pretty solid coverage. Current's pushing ahead, going to get brought down at the 30. Good 15-yard return for Current, but also burnt 7 more seconds off the clock.
And they do have all 3 timeouts. I got a feeling at some point in time here you're going to see a shot down the field. Especially with us not having any timeouts, you're not as worried about us going and scoring if we get it back.
Yeah.
And I think down 10-0, you got to take a crack here.
Sure. So Moore is back out there on defense. Dyer's in the backfield with Hardman. Trips left. Hardman, play action. He's looking to run, and Moore's going to make that tackle like we just asked for him to be back in the game. Gain a 4 on the play.
And Pella does not appear to be in any kind of hurry. They are huddling still. So they might be willing to go to the half.
No time to get lazy about it, though. Let's finish this here. Hardman runs right. And Parker Ernst's going to make the tackle.
Good job once again. He's trying to get to the outside, but the Blue Jays do a really good job of stretching him to the sideline and making it really hard for him to turn that corner. Do call their first timeout with 25 seconds to go. A little surprised that maybe they didn't try something a little sooner, and maybe they were just looking to try to get that initial first down as well.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting with the 2 quarterback runs. I mean, it almost seems backwards calling the timeout then if you're just running the quarterback. But the thing with Hardman is he does have the ability to break a 70-yarder, and so you gotta take your chances with it. I mean, he's just like Caleb Moore. You're accepting 10-yard carries as an exciting run, but they could break a 50 or 60-yarder. Hardman has that potential as well, so we'll see what happens here.
Looks like ADM's kind of putting it on Dennison as well.
That
We kind of
completely not surprising. Aiden Flora was back last week, maybe not at 100%, but back, and that district with Dennison and Lamar's just wasn't that tough of a district, and so there's the reason they both ended up with lower seeds.
He's only got 3 touchdowns on the night.
Flora has all 3.
He's got 3 of the 4.
Oh, is it 28 now?
Yep, 28 to nothing.
I was still looking at one that said 21. Dyer's in the backfield with Hardman. Hardman takes a snap, looking to pass, looking downfield, nowhere to go, so he takes off running, and that's not going to work. Ryder Miller and Dalton House there in the middle. Gain of no gain, really.
Good decision out of Hardman there to tuck it. He gets tackled. The time will run out. They might call a timeout.
They called a timeout.
Well, I think that was an accidental stoppage. There's no reason for them to call a timeout with 10 seconds to go.
Yeah. Oh, that back official is looking a little more rough now.
Well, I can't imagine that the cold weather is going to help the pulled hammy.
Someone get him a Theragun. I mean, it's unknown what their little break here is for. No reaction from any players.
There's
really.
No flags.
Everybody seems kind of confused. Hardman's talking to the official. It almost, maybe he is. Flag.
Flag on the field.
And they're going to come over here and talk to our coach, so it should be something on them, right?
It's on you? The scoreboard guy? Oh, you were playing music during the play?
Oh. Okay, so we have a 15-yard penalty for playing the music during the play. That's valid. It's the first time that's been called on our box since I've been around. So, contrary to popular belief, the sound guy's not perfect. So they do get 1st and 10 at the 47. Hardman tries to get it out quick to Shetterly on that low pass, and that's incomplete. Again, it's hard to tell if he's trying to do that bounce, but that one was clearly forward.
That one was forward, so that would have been incomplete. I just think he's having a hard time. And Jordan struggled with a little bit too. Those short passes are a little bit more precision, and I don't know if they can't get a good enough grip on the ball.
The wind's getting died down a little bit, but not quite gone yet. So we got 7.2 seconds remaining in the half.
Maybe that's setting this play. Maybe they'll go double pass here. But I got to hope that we stay deep.
Hardman looking to run instead. Makes the first man miss. And
time.
Parker Ernst is going to get downfield, and that'll be the last play of the half. Hardman tackled at the 30. Let's get off the field before any penalties happen, and we'll call it good. I think we'll go into halftime with a 10-0 Blue Jay lead. Blue Jays will have the ball coming out of half. We'll take a little break here, and we'll be back for the second half. Go Blue Jays.
Some of the things I've learned from sports are being a good leader, and that means not always just saying what's right, but showing by example.
I've learned that being a good role model is so important because there's many little eyes on you and they watch everything you do. So as long as you're doing the right thing, then they will understand that that is what they're supposed to be doing also.
What I really have learned is strong leadership and self-discipline.
Bondurant Men's Club prides itself on providing family-focused fun events and making a positive impact on our community. Over the last year, we have donated over $22,000 to these organizations and programs. Breakfast with Santa, Easter egg hunt, Summerfest, Veterans Wreaths Across America, Courtyard Estates, Trailhead Adopt a Park, After Prom, Youth Fishing Derby, Little League, Soccer Club, Youth Football, High School Football Streaming, and the Library Summer Reading Program. In 2024, the tradition continues with our 50th year of bringing Summerfest to Bondurant. To find out more, you can visit the Bondurant Men's Club on Facebook.
In Iowa, we are fortunate to have a lot of opportunities to get involved in at our schools.
Athletics and activities have so many positive effects. From learning how to build relationships and healthy lifestyles,
And gain self-esteem and confidence.
Make participation a priority. You and your school will benefit.
On November 7th, Bondurant for Our Community School District will ask voters to consider a
0, zip, zilch, 0.
tax increase bond referendum to fund new and expanded school facilities. These projects are critical to support our current and future growth.
What will it mean for our students?
If approved by voters, the $48 million bond referendum would allow for 3 main projects. Let's take a look at a bird's eye view of the plan.
1.
In addition to the high school that would expand cafeteria space, relocate boys wrestling, add space for girls wrestling, additional related arts classrooms, and a larger fitness center. This project could start as early as next school year.
2.
A new elementary school that would open in the fall of 2027, serving students in preschool and kindergarten. This school would be located on a new site separate from the existing campuses, off of 2nd Street Northeast, just north of the co-op.
3.
A varsity baseball and softball complex at the high school campus, as well as tennis and pickleball courts through a partnership with the City of Bondurant. This project would also include nearby parking. The construction date is dependent on the timing of funds.
How can we do all this with 0 tax increase?
Bondurant is one of the faster growing communities in our state. With new houses comes new students. But even more of our growth has been in commercial property. This commercial growth is the #1 reason the district can borrow up to $48 million for the projects without increasing your school tax rate.
How did we get here?
Facilities planning is an ongoing process that includes a lot of research, input, and careful thought. And as always, we consider the impact on our students, staff, and community members. The Board of Education is calling for this bond referendum as a way to gain upfront funding and make long-lasting improvements to our schools.
Families continue to choose our schools because of the way we support and engage all learners. Voter approval of this bond referendum will help us continue to provide the high-quality educational experience our district is known for and our community expects.
Please learn all you can about the bond referendum and remember to vote on or before November 7th. Go Bluejays!
sportsmanship starts with us.
As a student athlete, I need to model good behavior and represent my school appropriately.
That means respecting my teammates, coaches, opponents, the officials, and fans.
If I do that, so will others, and being a good sport becomes a way of life.
To all of Iowa's student athletes getting ready to compete, remember, sportsmanship starts with us.
Hello Blue Jays, I'm Garrett Hans.
And I'm Maddie Murray.
Welcome back to the ring.
On this episode,
Welcome back, Blue Jay fans, to the second half of this first round action here with Pella visiting Bondurant-Farrar. Bondurant with a 10-0 lead at halftime. Some halftime stats for you. For the Blue Jays, Jordan Ryle, 4 for 8 passing for 36 yards and a touchdown. The receiving end on that, Cole Miller with 18 yards on 2 receptions and a touchdown. Badney Riak with 1 reception for 10 yards. And Caleb Moore, 1 reception for 8 yards. Kind of the story of the offense for the Blue Jays has been 17 carries for 145 yards from Caleb Moore, along with one sack from Jordan Ryle for a loss of 7. That's 17 carries, 145 yards. Really a storyteller there on how the Blue Jays have utilized the ball.
Yeah, I predicted 25 to 30, and he's well on his way, and he's been effective.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very good yards per carry. Definitely kind of punishing the Dutch, I feel like. It seems weird that we got 174 to 76 and only got 10.
Yeah.
We've just kind of missed out on some opportunities and had a drive or two that was really good, stopped because of penalties.
Hardman kick is deep. Going to be caught by Hayworth at the 5. He's looking to get to the near side and going to get.
Oh, he didn't do it.
It was a bad flag call. He really didn't block him in the back. He just kept running and the other guy stopped. But going to be a bad starting position here.
Did put his hand on him, but, man, there was definitely no advantage gained.
So that'll probably be half the distance to the goal. I don't know where they're spotting. Are they spotting him at the 9 and then walking it back?
Well, the penalty took place about the 12.
But they're walking it back from the 9, somehow eliminating his forward progress, not calling it from the spot of the foul, and then marking it back. So that's I don't really know that I agree with that ruling, but the Blue Jays will have it deep in their own territory here to start the second half. Ryle takes a snap, hands off to Moore. Moore coming through the right side, spins forward, and he's going to come down at the 10-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5.
That was pretty close to having a really big seam up the middle there. And it looks like Pella D-line, at least a couple of them are almost just trying to take out our offensive line and diving at the legs of them right now, which usually is not a good sign if you're the team doing that.
It speaks to the effectiveness of the offensive line in that first half if you feel like your only option is to dive at their legs. Moore coming right side, has a lane. He's going to be real close to first down. He's going to fall forward. Blue Jay first down, tackle on the play. That's going to be 16. That is Harrison Mullins.
This might be an opportunity for him to have about a 90-yard drive.
I don't disagree with that. I'll take that. Let's do that.
And normally that's a lot of carries. You get to 25, 30, but actually when it's colder out, it's a little bit easier because you don't get nearly as tired.
Little pitch. Then Moore cuts right back up the middle and loses the ball again.
We'll see who got on that one. There's definitely a pile.
Nobody's really signaling anything.
Usually defense is signaling if they got it.
And
we're clearing them up.
Still nothing. And Pella jumps up and down, and they're going to say they have it. And the reaction gives you reason to believe Ben Mysteric is the one that recovered it.
I'm not for sure if Caleb's got something going on his arms or hands, but normally he's pretty sure-handed, and he's put it on the turf a couple times tonight. Second one that he's lost to the Dutch.
Big opportunity here for Pella, getting the ball at the 21-yard line. And, I mean, really, if you're the Dutch, you have to put it in the end zone. I don't think you want to settle for a field goal here.
I would agree. This is probably 4-down territory. Obviously, you might need a field goal at some point, but after something like that, you definitely want to go get in the end zone.
That was a lean from the running back. They didn't call it. Hardman throws over the middle. Kurnt makes the catch, and they're going to say down at the one.
I couldn't tell who our DB was there, but I thought he was going to come in and swipe that thing away.
I think it was Albright on it.
Made a pretty nice play, but that's a heck of a catch out of Kurnt and that ability to hold on to the football.
Yeah, Albright almost looked like he was getting that left hand around to swat it away, but not quite able to get there.
And definitely a great play for the Dutch here to start.
They're going to follow Beard into the end zone, and he's going to get hit hard, but it'll be a touchdown for Luke Hardman from 1 yard out.
Yeah, our guys were still kind of running all over the place, and I think Pella knows that they're going to flip-flop guys, so you go quickly, and we're not able to get ourselves set. So that's about as good a start as Pella could hope for.
Not how you wanted to use that opening drive, that's for sure, but
No, unfortunate, because we had a couple nice runs to start that drive too. Again, like right now, that's kind of what's been stopping us.
yeah. Both teams really, it's been the turnover bug that's slowed them down. Kick up.
Low
and
liner
is no good. So Hardman gets the touchdown, but not the extra point. That could come up to be a major issue later.
Which was a little surprising watching him kick in warm-ups. He can boot it. I think he maybe just pulled it here to the left.
So Blue Jays will get the ball with a 10-6 lead, looking to capitalize on a better drive this time.
Well, and we need to make sure that we don't dig ourselves a hole here on field position.
Yeah. Yeah, that too.
Even without the penalty, it still wasn't going to be very good.
Well, we caught it at the 5, came all the way across, got to the 15, and then somehow we must have broke free to get our forward progress lost and brought down at the 10, and just some goofiness there. But Hardman will kick off, and it is high, and Hayworth's going to catch this one at the 5. He's going straight ahead, and he hits a wall, but he gets away. He's got a lane. No flag as far as I can tell, and he's going to get brought down by Hardman at the 50. Hardman looks like he's been trying to hit somebody all season and took out a little bit of aggression on it, but Talon Hayworth making up for that first return by bringing this one all the way out to the other 48.
And that's the field position I was looking for. Wasn't expecting it to be that good, and they had him initially.
Well, there was a hard
at the
contact.
25.
Somebody just didn't wrap up.
Ben Misterek.
He was the one that recovered the fumble. He might still be celebrating that. But.
Hit him at the 25. Didn't really wrap up. It was more of a shoulder.
Yep.
And Talon was stunned but didn't go down.
So Blue Jays have a good starting field position for this next drive. Riak way out wide. Miller closer. Ryle looking to pass. And he's going to take off running. There's a flag.
Yep.
A couple flags. Don't take a hit.
Oh.
He takes a hit.
Wow. Shetterly delivered a pretty big
His
blow
own
there.
Teammate got a lot of that, I think, number 70 there.
Ryle seems unfazed, but we definitely had a hold on the left side here, a little takedown. Going to probably put us in a 1st and 20 situation.
So Ryle, good opportunity for him to get out of the pocket, but one of those things where sometimes when you get outside, your linemen make adjustments.
Yeah, that happened way before.
Yeah.
That was on the initial rush. Didn't really have anything to do with him breaking away. It was kind of we got beat on the outside, and it was a takedown.
So 1st and 20. Handoff more right side. And spins back towards the middle. He's going to gain 3 on the play is what they're going to give him.
And Wilcox was looking for a hold there, and that could have been pretty close as well. Looked like another 2-point takedown.
Yeah, we're looking for pancakes, but sometimes those pancakes, we get our hands outside. And
well, when you hip toss somebody, that will that could draw a flag as well.
It's going to be 2nd and 17. Same formation. And Ryle looking downfield, has Miller out there, and Miller makes the catch at the 45.
That's the best throw we've seen tonight.
Yep.
That's a long throw on a deep out and hit him right on the line.
Yep.
Yeah, that was perfect. Once again, though, really good blocking, not a lot of pressure. Good catch out of Cole. Nice coverage out of Leathers as well. It's just sometimes you can't defend it.
Yeah.
puts this in a manageable spot.
3rd and 7.
You've got that ability here to run the football still with Caleb.
Yep.
Thinking, hey, we might use 4 downs.
Ryle takes the snap, looking to pass the whole way. Gets the ball out to Riak. Riak makes the catch, and he's going to get brought down at the 42. He's going to be, they're going to give him the 43, and that'll be a Blue Jay first down.
The
37.
30, I was going to say 38,
Sorry.
37. You were going the wrong direction there, but you got it.
That starting field position threw me off. We were on the wrong side of the 50 to start.
And that throw right there was just about as good as the previous one. Perfect timing, put it right on him. You don't want to have to make hard catches tonight.
Well, and a good route by Batney to get past the first down line, so when he catches it, he doesn't have to worry about turning upfield. Kick out to Moore. Moore cuts back up towards the middle, tries to get to the outside. Now he goes backside, and he's going to fall forward. And the way he fell, I thought maybe the ball came out again, but that's going to be a Blue Jay first down.
And we haven't seen a ton of that toss play this year, but this is pretty good execution right here. I don't know if Pella was totally ready for this, but a little toss to the right, pull the guard. Nice job out of Dalton House to get out to that corner.
And just a real good, consistent read out of Moore. He sees the edge getting cut off, so he makes a quick decision, one step in the, foot in the ground, cut right back up the middle and gain yards.
He does not dance a lot.
No. Corey and Batney to the right. Handoff Moore left side. He's got a lane. He's kicking it to the outside. Stiff arm. Holds on to the ball. Brought down at the 12.
It's like Leathers with the tackle there and a nice stiff arm against Deers.
Going to be right at the first down marker. I think they're going to give him just shy of it. 9 yards on it. They did give it to him.
We've seen Pella make a little change when they get inside the red zone here. See if they go to that zero coverage and try to bring a little bit more pressure off the edge.
Leathers finishes the tackle on that play. So there is still room for a first down there. We're at the 12-yard line. Moore up the middle, left
He's
side.
gone.
And that's going to be a Blue Jay touchdown. Caleb Moore from 12 yards out. You can't strip it from him if you don't touch him.
And once again, the offensive line just does an outstanding job of you wash everybody down on play side and you pull a couple guys to kick out and pull up to backer on the play side. And Caleb, that one's the easiest run he's had all night.
I think that carry puts Caleb Moore over 1,500 yards for his career. Jace Robinson, extra point is
I think
way
yep.
right.
I was going to say, I think we matched him there.
Yep. But Blue Jays will still have a 10-point lead with a 16-6 score, 7:51 remaining in the third.
And a really good job of answering the call after turning the ball over and giving up that touchdown, coming right back and taking it right to the Dutch. Still kind of showing that you're going to have a hard time stopping the run.
Well, and right now, your only points on the board for the Dutch are when you started at the 21. And so driving the length of the field has not happened yet today for them.
That initial drive they had was
yeah.
pretty good, or the second drive, sorry.
Yep.
The second drive was pretty good, but otherwise they have not moved it a ton.
Yeah, those first 2 drives, they had a fumble, and then they had an interception, and then it was 3 punts to end the first half. Dutch had 5 yards of passing in the first half and 71 yards rushing, 45 for Hardman and 26 for Dyers. So pretty effective defense from the Blue Jays in that first half. See if we can maintain that here. Wind's still kind of consistent, not changing a whole lot.
Usually it dies down at night, but not as much as we'd like. Actually, right now we might be okay with it.
And that ball's on the turf. Lawrence wasn't able to field it, and the Dutch are going to start at the 16.
Which is good for us because they've been able to return the ball to that 35, 40-yard line, and this is a much tougher starting position for them.
We talked about this last week, but the way when Fonz kicks those balls, it just doesn't have what I'd call a natural kickoff spin.
It's because he's left-footed.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
If he's not righty or if he's lefty, it's wrong.
Backward spin.
we'll make that work. Trips right, twins left for the Dutch. Hardman alone in the backfield, looking to pass quick to right. And Shetterly makes Ernst miss, but he's got friends there to help. Brings him down at the 20 for a gain of 4.
They keep going to that play.
Yeah.
They've ran it 3 or 4 times, probably 4 or 5, one of them being a fumble, a couple incompletes, and really haven't gained a whole lot. No. So I kind of wonder if they just feel like they've got something, but it just hasn't been there, or they're maybe setting up another play. I still think you're going to see a fake bubble, throw it deep at some point maybe.
So 4 receivers out there on the left side. Mullins the high guy. Heiser the next guy in. And we're going near side here. Man on coverage, and Albright takes him out of bounds.
Great catch out of Barnes there.
Yep.
Good hands catch, and
gain of 9.
Hardman put that thing right on him as well.
You go out of bounds, you stop the clock. I mean, that's a good positive play for the Dutch. I mean, you'd like to keep them in bounds and maybe burn some of that. But
yeah, I didn't notice it live, but Vanderlinden really got into him.
Into Hardman?
Yeah. That was a hard hit.
Deep pass, nope. Actually, and Barnes not able to come up with it. Good pass, hit him in the hands, just not able to hold on.
And that would have been interesting because he was one-on-one with a decent amount of space. Hayworth was going to have to make an open field tackle with no help around. We were bringing 6 guys there. So once again, Vanderlinden was free.
And if Vanderlinden hadn't got there, Moore was going to be right behind it.
Which I think right now is a pretty good game plan. He's not going to have time to throw it. And that's picked. Oh, man, I thought Talon was going to get that.
So ball was intended for Barnes. Hayworth with a good job just knocking it away. I'll take that. I don't really want to risk him getting, a Moss reception there, being able to take it. Just bat it away and play the next down.
And that was kind of the fake bubble, thinking, hey, we got one-on-one coverage on the backside. Jordan does a nice job from that safety spot to get all the way over to provide some help.
So 3rd and 10, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Heiser and Barnes the near side. Or Shetterly, little shift motion. And they're going to hit Shetterly across the middle. Is going to pick up a first down with a gain of 17.
And that's a pretty good guy to hit. I know he's a sprinter. Pretty sure he's a state track guy. Pella does okay in that sport. He can definitely run.
Yeah, he was 6th on the 4x200 team and a state qualifier in the 4x4 team, so not slow.
Nope.
First down at the 44. Hardman looking for that quick out. Now trying to come the other way. And Batney's going to get home. Initial pressure from House. Batney finishes it off, and that's a big sack for Batney.
I'll have to look at the replay, but I think Dalton might get a.
You think he got the foot?
I think he might get a part in this sack here.
We'll give the half to House, half to Riak. I like it.
We'll see here. He definitely causes that initial problem. Just kind of bull rushes. Well, he dove.
We're on the wrong angle for that. Whatever. We'll support the decision either way on how that stat falls. 4 receivers to the left. Barnes on his own to the right, matched up with Albright. We'll see if they try to take advantage of that. And the ball's on the turf. Hardman's able to pick it up. He's looking to run now and picks up the first down all the way to the 43.
It's kind of weird. We've seen multiple of those these past couple of weeks, the bad snap or drop snap, and it has worked out for the quarterbacks.
Well, I think part of it is just we have such athletic quarterbacks. We've seen, Jordan, Hardman, these guys are so athletic that when they just have to go up and make a play.
And we happen to not be blitzing there.
Yeah.
Where those plays before, if we were blitzing, somebody would have been coming free.
Yeah. And he would have had a hard time picking that up.
Right, we might have recovered it.
Yeah. So first down here again for the Dutch. Dyer's leading again, but not called. And going to get wrapped up and tackled here. Good job hanging on to the ankles there. I think that was Carter Albright again.
Well, I've been saying his name wrong all night. I apologize. I've been calling him Deers. It's Dyers?
I think it's Dyers.
Okay. I trust you some of the time.
Yeah, well, if that's the worst mistake we make up here, then I'm going to deal with it. I just got to make sure I say Albright right. I don't want his family mad at me.
Well, that one I'm still not for sure how to say right, and he lives down the street from me.
2nd and 4 here. Heiser in motion. Hardman rolling, and there's a lot of pressure. I don't know how that's not a flag. And Vanderlinden's going to bring him down for a loss. And what is that flag? That was a really late flag. Is that a horse collar?
Boy, it sure looked like he grabbed him by the waist. He did bend him backwards.
Which is not a penalty.
Not a penalty necessarily, depending how you tackle him.
As we know 2 weeks ago.
He did have his hand on the yep. You look at the replay, and it was.
It did definitely look like that should have been offsetting, as the left side of their line seemed to be magically stopping the right side of our defensive line.
That definitely looked awkward for Hardman there. I know our crowd doesn't love it, but looking at that replay, it really looked like his left hand was inside the shoulder pad, pretty much a textbook horse collar.
I think the bigger thing, though, is they were calling for the hold even before. So when you don't call one and then you do call the other, it really doesn't settle well. But going to bring up a first down at the 23. Hardman hands it to Dyers. Dyers trying to get offside, but there's going to be a flag.
And that's too bad for Pella, because it looked like they had a little something going there.
A little sarcastic clapping from the fans.
Don't know if that's
I'm not sure which.
I don't
they
know.
Called that on Parsons? Parsons looks confused on that replay, like he.
I'm not for sure who was moving before the play. It looked like they moved as the play went.
But Parsons definitely looked like maybe he thought he was supposed to go in motion.
And either way, he can.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a flag, so even if he wasn't supposed to.
There's Parsons in motion. Going to set up a lead block left, but Hardman trying to get in behind him. Going to get, the 5
Probably
yards
5,
back, maybe 6, but.
Just that QB ISO, essentially, you pull Parsons across the motion to act as another lead block, fullback type.
Hardman's a solid runner. Instead of bringing Beard in to lead block this time, they just kept Dyers in there and then brought Noah Parsons across. Parsons a big kid, strong athlete, good option to run behind.
And you're probably at that point here for Pella. It's 4-down territory. Probably really need that touchdown.
Hardman looking towards the end zone. Actually, Shetterly came back for it and slows him down. Big tackle there from Vanderlinden. Going to be a first down.
And again, that's kind of similar to that play we were talking about earlier, that making that tackle in the open field, it's really hard.
Yeah. Miller slows him down enough that help comes, because otherwise, Shetterly's going to be off to the end zone. But
yeah, he definitely did enough where 3 or 4 people were able to get to the party.
Albright got an ankle, and then Vanderlinden cleaned up top. Hardman bobbles the snap, able to regain it, goes right up the middle. Not a lot of room. Vanderlinden in a wall there with Caleb Moore and Batney along with him.
And we're seeing Vanderlinden back for the first time since the Pella game, and he's really knocking some heads out there.
Playing angry. He's playing like he's mad that he missed some time.
What do we got here?
And now we got, is that Vanderlinden down right there? No, Vanderlinden's limping over here.
I don't think so. I think it's one of our linemen. I think it was Noah Winger.
Okay. Vanderlinden definitely hobbling. I'm not.
Does he really have a cramp right now?
I don't think that's a cramp. I think that maybe not feeling good about something.
Sure looked like she was stretching out a cramp.
Oh, I thought you were talking Vanderlinden. I was gauging Vanderlinden.
No, Vanderlinden's got a bad knee.
Yeah. I was like, I don't think that's a cramp.
A real bad knee. But, yeah, he must have taken a little hit, too, because he has not been that wobbly tonight.
Yeah. So Dutch will come back out here, 2nd and 8. 2:24 remaining in the third quarter.
Does look like Glenwood's going to take care of business tonight, 21-0.
Already in the fourth quarter. That third quarter moved fast over there. ADM's up 35-0 over Denison, so they get the running clock.
North Polk 17-7.
Hardman looking to pass, rolls out to the left. Kayla Moore's got a beat on it, and Hardman makes it miss. And they're going to say out of bounds at the 1. Good run by Hardman. I was shocked he got past Moore on that.
Yeah, Caleb's been a really nice surprise with his speed this year, and maybe just didn't take quite a good enough angle.
No.
That was real close to being inside the 1. Probably going to see the same thing we saw last time.
We're not even set. Oh, the ball's on the turf. Hardman looking to get back, and he throws a pass into the end zone, and there's the flag coming from the near side because that's going to be ineligible men downfield.
Which, either way, probably a smart play out of Hardman. You got to take that chance. Otherwise, you're going to end up at the.
You get the down back this way, right?
10.
Whereas if you get sacked back there.
But yeah, once again, we get that bad snap, and QB's just making plays.
Yeah, somehow them having a bad snap is advantageous.
It's been a good thing.
We got some garbage running across the field. It's at the 40. It's at the 30.
So that is going to move it back to the 6-yard line.
Still first down.
That does really change things here, though. Not as easy to run it in. If they get that snap, we're probably giving up the touchdown because I don't know if we had anybody with their hand on the ground.
No, we weren't set. We were still shuffling. Hardman looking to pass. And that ball is intercepted by Cole Miller. Get down, get down. That ball is off Barnes' hands. Cole Miller with the interception in the end zone.
Pretty nice ball there out of Hardman. I think he's in a little bit disbelief. But it's that cold night makes it a little bit harder to catch. He did not throw it softly.
No.
In a heck of a play there out of Cole just to come in and snag that out of the air. And we'll take it because that is definitely going to be a touchdown.
Yeah, definitely. You know, one thing that I don't know about is if Hardman has looks from any place because he's a pretty impressive quarterback.
He's a dude.
Yeah.
And my guess is he can probably play defense too. He just doesn't.
Right. Well, at some point he has to have a break, right? I mean, if
yeah,
he kicks,
he does
punts,
everything.
Yeah. Moore with coming back to the left side, spins back to the right, pushing ahead. He's going to gain 2 on the play. 3, it looks like.
Once again, we saw that play a little bit earlier where he's kind of stuffed at the line of scrimmage and hits the circle button for a couple extra yards. Looked like Shetterly was the first guy there to force him back inside.
Now if you're the Bluejays, you're kind of happy to burn some clock along the way. You're nearing the end of the third quarter.
I would think so. See if you can't run for a couple of first downs.
A little pitch out to Moore. Much better defense there. Number 70, Gideon Vanderkeef with the tackle.
That was a really nice pursuit out of him. I kind of wonder if they did a little twist. No, he's playing a linebacker position.
That's just a D lineman number.
Yeah. I thought for sure that he was lining up on the D line, but he's not.
Yeah, Miller was coming in to try to make a little crackback block on
he
him.
Is one of their bigger kids out on the field, too. It looks like he's kind of playing that middle linebacker spot, maybe filling in for Warner.
And we're going to have a flag.
Probably a motion penalty.
High side of the field called that. Problematic because it stops the clock as well. 3rd and 11. 19-yard line. Feller's going to come in. Hayworth going to come out.
Yeah, you would have liked to been able just to keep running the football, but probably going to have to throw it here if you're looking to get the first down. Maybe we'll see one of those screens that we've
seeing Fellers come in. I wonder if that's
he has ran a screen before. Looks like a lot of one-on-one coverage with some safety help.
Ryle looking downfield for Miller. Miller just jumped early.
I think it was going to be a little high, but, yeah, he definitely took off probably before he should have. But pretty good coverage out of the Dutch as well.
Yeah. I've seen him kind of hang on a basketball court.
Yeah.
So 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The flags have kind of died, so the punting from this side versus punting from that side, not a big difference.
It definitely looks a lot different than what it did to start the game.
Yeah. Not that that's advantageous for us if it makes it easier for Hardman to pass.
We'll see if Ryle can boom another one.
Kick is a
kind
low
of a knuckler.
liner and bounces the wrong way, and then there's a flag way back here. What is that going to be?
I would think a hold.
He threw it all the way back to the 27.
I would think a hold on them, perhaps.
On the return team.
On the return team. I'm not for sure what else
would be there.
Yeah.
The ball was downed at the 39.
We might have had too many guys on the field. We're clapping, though.
Hold.
Yep, it was a hold.
Your initial thought was right.
So that'll push it back another 10 yards. Looks like they're going to have to go from about the 50.
Yep. Going to spot it on the 49 with 1.7 seconds remaining in the third quarter. We'll see if the defense can give us one more big stop here. Dyer's in motion. Four receivers over there now.
Looks like
this
there it
is
is.
The backwards pass, and Kern's going to get pushed out of bounds for a 3-yard loss.
We were definitely sitting on the double pass. We had 4 guys. We had more guys deep than they did. And I think seeing that play early on, you knew it had to be coming at some point.
I mean, it's at least the third time they've thrown a backwards pass attempt.
Yep, and they've done it enough to set it up to think that they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
But
they haven't got enough out of it for you to really be concerned either.
No, I would agree that it'd be one thing if they were throwing it and getting 10, 15-yard gains, but I think their biggest one was probably 3 or 4.
So as we take this break right before the fourth quarter, some teams in college, they play jump around by House of Pain. Well, speaking of houses, Austin Sullivan, our sponsor for this broadcast, selling houses left and right. Big opportunity for you to get your house sold if you use Austin. Just a tremendous worker. And
don't worry about those 8% rates. They don't matter. Eventually they'll go down. You can refinance.
Right? It's just a discount later.
Yeah.
Also, want to thank all of our booster sponsors. The Athletic Booster Club, it's an opportunity for businesses to sponsor us. You can see this list on the screen as well. So thank you to all of our tremendous sponsors as we move into the fourth quarter where the Blue Jays look to make something happen here. Second 12, screen pass, but Winger's going to get there, and that's intentional grounding. It's got to be, right?
Nah, 44 is there.
It was 6 feet over his head.
Well, that doesn't matter.
It landed out of bounds, right? It landed out of bounds. Yeah, and Shetterly's coming upfield from 15 yards down saying he was in the area, but that's not accurate. So that's a good call. I agree.
I would totally disagree with you on that one.
I mean, look where it landed. It wasn't close to him where it landed.
He threw in the general vicinity of a guy. He was under the grass, but hey.
He was getting tackled, and he threw it away.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he threw it away. Not to somebody. He just threw it away. We'll agree to disagree, but the officials agree with me. So, big penalty there as he was already deep.
Yeah, that's really going to set him back here. Going to be a spot foul, 5 yards. You lose the.
So that's
you lose the down.
Ends up being a 20-yard penalty.
Yep, third down.
So 3rd and a mile.
That's it's a long ways. I think you're just trying to get a couple yard, get a 10, 15-yard gain, maybe get a big run afterwards, but try to get a little bit of field position back.
Hardman steps up, looks to run. He has some room, and Hayworth looking to strip the ball, drags him out of bounds.
Good job of holding up there, not getting a silly penalty. And I think for Pella, that's about as good as you can hope. And Bondurant's obviously going to live with that one.
Gain of 12, but yeah, you had so many yards you needed. But 32. Oh, I thought they. Oh, no, it was at the 28. We were just wrong on the screen, on the board. So 4th and long.
Crowd's very concerned about a fake.
The punter is the quarterback, so it is something to pay attention to, but he does punt it away. Corey points at it. Not an invalid fair catch. He was just pointing. And it's going to be down at the 25-yard line. Blue Jays will take over.
Neither punter has really gotten a great roll tonight.
Just that one that didn't count.
Yeah. Cold weather is killing the football.
Blue Jays will have it 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line and looking to burn clock.
For sure. I think obviously you're going to see a lot of Caleb Moore and see if you just can't establish and continue that ground game, avoid penalties and avoid turnovers.
Hold on tight.
Is really what's kind of slowed us down.
Moore is going to pick up the 1st down. Both hands on the ball. Gain of 12. Good run, good blocking. I mean, realistically, that hole was huge.
Wilcox was a little slow there to get up for Pella. Had Hayworth laying on top of him. Seen that a few times tonight.
Hayworth's been tussling down there on the blocks.
He's a bowling ball. For sure.
1st down at the 32-yard line. Batney and Cole to the high side. Handoff, Moore right side. Moore, both hands on the ball. Now he kicks it out to the outside, trying to stay in bounds, and he's going to pick up another 1st down out at the 48, going to gain 15.
The Dutch are looking a little deflated here after those first 2 runs. Jay's just got to go finish this drive. A lot of movement up front.
1st down, 48-yard line. You just let those big linemen do their favorite thing and just plow straight ahead. Moore right side again. Baker's got a pancake in the backfield. Not a lot of room, but we're going to push forward. Oh, my goodness. Baker got up and moved the pile, or at least one guy off the top of the pile.
Yeah, and it looked like Mistrick, number 2 there, kind of dove and took out Baker a little bit, and it didn't really take him out, but Baker landed on top of him and created that pile, so Hansen wasn't able to pull through like we normally get to see.
Still gained 3 on it, 2nd and 7. And nicely milking some of this clock off here.
Yeah, I don't think we're in any hurry.
Kind of surprised we're snapping it with 12, but Moore left side, back up to the middle, spinning forward, going to gain 3 more.
That's a little bit better job there out of the Dutch just to kind of plug things up.
Only going to give us 2, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. I think you're still probably in 4-down area, though, right?
If you can get this thing under 2, maybe 3,
yeah.
I feel pretty good about handing the ball off to Caleb right now. And defense has played really well. If you give them the ball on the 40-yard line,
it's not the best position they've had.
They haven't exactly been driving it. So, but we'll see. I mean, we just go pick it up right here on this play.
Batney and Cole going out wide. They're really just playing those 2 man on now. And Moore goes right side, steps through. He's going to gain. They're only going to give him 2. I don't love that. But.
I think, Mistrick, again, just kind of does enough in the backfield to slow things down, and maybe even the guy that tripped Caleb up. So, yeah, this puts us in that scenario we talked about, 4th and 3. I think at the bare minimum you're going to see us try to draw him off.
Parsons the one that finishes up on the tackle there. 3rd and 3. Yeah, at a minimum, we'll probably try to draw him off sides here. There's only 12 seconds on the clock when Jordan runs out there, so it doesn't give you a lot of time.
And a little play action could be really good as well.
We are rerunning it. Moore up the middle, left side. He's got the first down. He's got the edge, cuts back up to the middle. He's at the 20. Hold on to the ball, buddy. Out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Caleb Moore, first down.
Well, coming up late there, I think actually was advantageous for us because Pella had a hard time getting lined up with what we were doing, and I'm sure they probably thought we weren't going to really snap it.
I mean, historically, we don't snap that ball. So 29 yards on the carry. Blue Jays first down at the 12-yard line. Yeah, and I like snapping it with 5 seconds on the clock. Back to Moore. Moore right side. Parsons trying to drag him down from behind. He's still not down, actually. He's just on everybody, but it looks like he's going to gain 5 on the play.
It's kind of funny watching him. He's done that a couple plays. Parsons just coming hard off the edge. He probably knows where the ball's going, but he can't get there in time to really stop it.
So Caleb Moore is over 100 yards in each half now.
I was kind of wondering was he creeping close to 300?
He's got some work to do still on that. He's over 250. I think he might get an opportunity. Moore left side bounces, trying to get to the edge. Dyer's trying to push him out. He's he's in bounds. Good job by Moore going down. He picks up the first down, stays in bounds. Gain of 6.
Not scoring there might allow us to take another minute or two off the clock. Might have a first down too.
Called it. Yep. So first and goal at the 2. Yeah, he wants the play clock pumped and wind the clock. Stayed in bounds.
Yeah, we're okay. We just slow your roll. They'll start it. Just slow down and wait for it to get down.
And I think some of the people saw them winding the clock as he got tackled, but when they called the first down, they have to stop it to move the sticks, even though it's really just moving sticks out of the way. Moore finds a pile, but cuts back, and he's going to get brought down at the 1 and burn another 40 seconds.
That snap came back a little hot, it looked like.
He's in a hurry to block.
More on the carry. Front down the play by number 11, Noah Parsons, and number 70, James Backer.
So we're going to have second and goal at the 1. Yeah, my money's on another Caleb Moore carry. Ooh, is that getting close over there?
It is, but North Polk just recovered a fumble, so I think that's probably
going to do it. North Polk's up by a field goal is all, though, but a minute 50 left.
I don't know if our viewers care, but Ballard did score with the minute 47, kicked off. The ball kind of bounced around, and they actually recovered it on the 20. And then the next play, they ran a swing pass and fumbled it. So, yeah, could have been quite the turn in the last 2 minutes.
Blue Jays take their first time out of the second half. At 6:17 remaining. Looking around, Glenwood did just finish their game. They won 21-0. Western Dubuque has a running clock against Newton. Lewis Central has a running clock against Lamar's. ADM has a running clock against Denison. North Scott I haven't seen since halftime, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's running as well now. So Xavier 10-3 is the other interesting game to keep an eye on.
And that's how recent a
that
score?
Is not. That's fourth quarter, 10:30 remaining. So, fairly.
Okay. Yeah.
And Blue Jays are going to line up at the 1.
I've got a 10-9 score with 4:25 to play.
All right.
That was 30 seconds ago, so I'm not sure if they missed the extra point.
Caleb Moore going to run wide for a Blue Jay touchdown. 1 yard out. Sorry to cut off your
No,
update.
you're good. This was more important. Yeah, he's probably not done on the night, but really kind of puts a feather in the cap tonight for Caleb.
Just a great ball game altogether for him. Like, just a kind of definition of a workhorse is what you've seen tonight.
He has really worked hard to make himself the football player that he is.
And I know we've said it a lot as Robinson's kick is up and good. We are not surprised by this. We know Moore is the best backup running back in the state coming into this.
Yep.
You were behind Titus and you weren't getting as many carries, but we knew he had this type of potential.
He is not fun to tackle. He's got good speed, good size, just a nice mixture for a high school running back. And then throw in the fact he's a pretty good linebacker as well.
I don't know what he's going to end up with in college. I do believe he plans on playing some football, and somebody's going to get a steal when they do bring him in. Blue Jays will kick off. 6:12 remaining now with a 23-6 lead. As you stay with us for the remaining part of the game, we will have a Farrell's Level 10 Teammate of the Game award later, as well as a Vision Bank Player of the Game, so stick with us for those. Ball blew off the tee, so any comments we made about the wind got dying down, it's not really dead.
Maybe he didn't have it set up very well.
I mean, he's got 9 days of practice. Fonts from the 40, low line driver again, sidewinder. Fair caught it at the 10. Oh. You got a flag on the line of scrimmage, so yeah.
Just got a little excited.
Oh, yeah, right there in the middle. The guy closest to the kicker.
He couldn't see where he was. That happens.
It's hard to be sneaky in the middle. Did that North Polk game go final?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I was just trying to see if I could find see if that Xavier game had a link.
I think it said it was on Huddle. Fonts, low dribbler. Going to get picked up at the 21. Lawrence gets out to the 38. Good job out of him, just making some yardage out of it. But
kicking out for the Blue Jays was number 28, Nick Foss.
6:06 remaining in the fourth here. Blue Jays are probably going to play a little more help over the top, just make sure nothing big happens.
And Pella's kind of at that point now where you're going to have to take a shot at some point.
I mean, it's 3 scores. And
they haven't been able to kind of nickel and dime it up the way the field.
Trips left, Twins right, Hardman alone in the backfield. Hardman drops straight back. Winger coming free, and Winger's going to get the sack in the back. And that's going to be a flag for – oh, my goodness. I don't know what we're calling there.
The only thing I can think of is like a helmet-to-helmet type of hit, but, I mean, that just looked like football.
Yeah. Like, this looks like the call you get when Aaron Rodgers gets hit. Personal foul.
The side judge is not really looking forward to coming over and telling Coach Fonts, hey, I didn't make that call.
Right.
I'm really sorry.
And Coach is going to rightfully chew the closest official because that was a terrible call. But the fans are not happy. Was a great play by Winger to get through the line and to sack the quarterback in the backfield on a very textbook tackle. Ball is going to be deep and out of the reach of Barnes, falling incomplete.
And surprisingly, they actually kind of had a shot at that one. I thought maybe we would have a few more guys deep. There were a little bit of safety help over the top.
Indianola's up 10-9. how much time is left in that? 2:37. Indianola up 10-9 over Xavier.
That would definitely be a surprise. Looking at some of those Indianola scores, when they lost to a Carlisle team that was not very good that we saw last week.
Hardman looking to pass again, and he's going to get intentional grounding again.
Now that one is.
Oh, they're going to say he's outside the pocket.
He's outside the pocket. Yeah, that's a tough one.
All right. Well,
I think that one's more intentional grounding than the other one. But he was outside the pocket and got the ball past the line of scrimmage.
But great play by House, tracking him down.
I wish we could record some of our fans' comments.
I don't think we could play it. I think it would not be allowed.
And then go back to the film and explain the rules to them.
I said I agree with you on that one. I still disagree with the officials on the penalty on Winger, but
I don't see anything
that's
there.
That's a hold right there that they didn't call.
That thing is up in the air.
Corey gonna do his fair catch of a punt perfectly at the 22-yard line, the arm punt, and Blue Jays will take over.
I wasn't sure if Hardman maybe got hit when he threw that, but that definitely came out a lot different than the other ones. And Landon does a nice job being in good position, come back and corral an interception
Doesn't
there.
Look like he got hit. He just maybe lost a little bit of an opportunity to step into it as the line got pushed back. But Blue Jays will have it at the 22-yard line, looking to burn the rest of this thing. I'm not sure what that comment was, but we'll roll with it.
So yeah, we're at the point now.
Now is
probably about 3 or 4 first downs, and you can put a cap on this thing.
Do you have any concerns about giving too many carries in one game, or you're just going to ride it right now?
Well,
Ryle gets down.
There's the one time it didn't work out 15. For us. Now that it's second and I don't know, at least 15-ish, maybe you might.
I think it's a 7-yard loss.
You might see one of those quick hitches. I think they've been pretty efficient.
Yeah.
We've caught them to keep the clock moving.
Right,
but
that's the key. You got to get that clock still going.
At this juncture, no, I'm not too worried about. Does he get another 6 carries?
I got him for 35 carries now.
That's a healthy amount.
Yeah. And a lot of the times when we talk about a kid getting the ball too much, it's because it's a long season. Moore's been
he's a little bit fresher than some people because he didn't get as many carries.
Underutilized up until this point on offense. So him getting this ball right up the middle and still fighting forward. Baker going to come in from behind and to try to help push forward. Going to gain about 2 yards on the play.
No, he's probably actually in better overall health because he hasn't taken the pounding that some of these other running backs that have maybe had twice as many carries as him up to this juncture. Now, he's still played a lot, and he's taken a lot of hits for sure. And I think once you're in the playoffs, you got to do what you got to do to win.
Fair.
A little bit different than a 28-point game in a earlier contest in the year.
Week 3, week 4 type things, yeah. Hand off to Moore. Just going to keep that clock going. He cuts up the middle and going to get all the way back to the 25.
Thought maybe we might see a timeout out of Pella just to conserve a little clock, but they did not.
Gained 7 on that. Going to be 4th and 7. Probably going to look to punt, I would hope.
Does look like we're going to let this thing roll all the way down.
Well,
running the punt team out there now.
Interesting. I mean, you can take the timeout if you don't get him out there fast enough. Whatever, not a big deal. Ryle's still out there, takes the snap,
or
gets
even
the punt off,
even a delay of game.
And
He's
his
down.
knee was down. His knee was down. All right. Well, you shouldn't be able to get back up if you catch it with your knee on the ground, but they let him, and that's going to bring him out to the 44. Not a huge deal. Pella's going to get the ball.
At this juncture, we're just trying to finish this thing up. It's pretty much a done deal here. Want to make sure that we avoid any kind of injury or.
Hey, let's talk options for the Farrell's level 10 teammate. you know, there's a lot of guys that stepped up. I almost feel like it's got to go to someone on the O-line, the way the line is blocked.
Well, I think I got a couple options that I was going to throw at you that I saw tonight. I'm going to give you 3.
Okay.
I thought Noah Wingert made some nice plays. We saw him just smoke the quarterback and get a 15-yard penalty that was probably unwarranted. I think Baker has done a great job of really kind of burying some people. And then my other one was Dylan Hayworth at that H-back position, essentially an extra lineman in the backfield. Has also done a really good job of.
Hardman pass goes incomplete. Do we just go? Do we take the cop out and go with the Hogs?
Sure.
I think that's
Well, I mean, we're sitting at what, 300 yards rushing tonight.
We're almost to 300 yards rushing. So level 10 Farrell's level 10 teammate of the game is going to be teammates of the game as we go with the Hogs up front, including the fullbacks of Hayworth and Vanderlinden, who've led the way for about 280 yards for Caleb Moore, and really just kind of put a pounding on the other team's defense.
I kind of forgot about Jacob, but he's also had some really nice blocks as well.
And we're going to get a timeout, Dutch, which allows us to continue to talk about that amazing effort from the offensive line.
Probably not the timeout you want to take when you're down 3 scores and the clock is stopped, but yeah. So what do we got now? We got our player of the game?
I got 287, by the way, for Moore. If you were wanted to talk about something that pretty much cemented the Vision Bank player of the game, I would think 36 carries, 287 yards, and 2 touchdowns kind of screams Vision Bank player of the game.
And in my mind, coming into tonight, I was kind of thinking 150 to 200 would be a great night and would give us a really good opportunity to win. And he went above and beyond that.
So, yeah. So our Vision Bank player of the game going to be Caleb Moore with a tremendous effort behind those Hogs up front. And he's going to be our Vision Bank player of the game. Vision Bank, see what we can do for you. Tonight, that's going to be Caleb Moore rushing us to a Blue Jay victory. 3rd and 10 here. Hardman going to take the snap, looking to throw downfield. Shetterly pass going to be incomplete. And that really just a tough night passing. But
in a lot of that, we've applied good pressure, and I feel like our coverage has been pretty solid tonight.
So you're going to be fourth down. You're going to go for it because you have no reason not to. We should be in a position where when we get the ball, we just are real close to being able to kneel on it. They got some timeouts left. So
the question would be, would they use it?
Yeah.
They might not.
4 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Hardman drops straight back, lets it fly into the single coverage, and that ball is going to be incomplete, knocked away by Carter Obright with a little shuffle afterwards. That's going to be a turnover on downs for the Blue Jays.
That was a pretty good throw, and I think the wide receiver actually had a decent shot at catching that, but just wasn't the night for the Dutch throwing the ball like it was a couple weeks ago when they threw for 350. A lot
Which
less
wasn't
tonight.
a great weather night for them passing either. I mean, it was rainy and windy that night
it was.
too, but clearly a different night here in Bondurant. 2:18 on the clock.
Looking ahead, so
Xavier completed a 4th and 37.
Ooh.
And they have it at midfield and with about a minute left, down by 1.
Looking ahead, so we're going to go down to Glenwood next week.
We'll go to Glenwood next week, 7 o'clock, as Caleb Moore takes a carry to the right side, and he breaks free, and he's going to get brought down. Please go down without an injury at the 21, 22-yard line. Gain of 21 on the play, and that will take him over the 300-yard mark.
So looking at their schedule, we've got one common opponent.
Lewis Central.
And that's Lewis Central, which we were able to beat in a pretty hard-fought game, I thought, here. And their score with them was 21-49. Not that you can just flat-out compare scores,
sure.
But, Jays, I think, got to like their chances.
How long ago was that?
Oh, that was probably a week or 2 after we played them.
Okay, so still fairly – because Lewis Central's been kind of on a tear as of late.
We played Lewis Central week 3.
And victory formation. Blue Jays take a knee. Going to need a few more of them, but that's going to be a Blue Jay victory in the books. So Glenwood next week, 7 o'clock at Glenwood. They do have a stream that they've been doing, so appreciate that.
It looks like they got a senior quarterback that's thrown for about 14.
Caden Anderson, he's been a real solid quarterback, baseball player too over the last several years. I think he's a baseball commit someplace, but
doesn't look like they have a guy that is their workhorse.
Is Anderson their leading rusher too? Or?
He is not. He's about 5th down the chain,
Okay.
but they got a couple that are hovering around that 400, 500 mark. And it looks like one pretty tough receiver with 650. And these are stats going into tonight. So I would imagine it's going to be a fun game next week.
Yeah, looking forward to it. We'll see. You know, I'm not going to complain if Caleb Moore goes ahead and gets another 300-yard night. I know that might be high expectations, but
we'll see. We've never played Glenwood before, so kind of an unknown for both of us.
Somebody wants to know record for rushing yards in a game for Bondurant. Who you got?
Peterson, 398.
You're close. 386.
Yeah.
Against North Polk in 2014.
We christened their new field that night.
Yeah.
First play of the
Grant
game,
ran all over that thing.
First play of the game, he went 80 untouched. So yeah, it was a good start.
So. Not quite there, but that also was a regular season game. This is postseason. I think Grant had some big postseason games too. But big night for the Blue Jays, coming away victorious 23-6 behind Vision Bank Player of the Game Caleb Moore's 308 yards on. I think he got up to 38 carries along with 2 touchdowns. Ryle ended up only going 6 for 9. Didn't really have to throw much.
What did we throw, once or twice in the second half?
We threw 3 times.
Three times?
We threw a 10-yarder to Cole, an 8-yarder to Batney, and then 1 incomplete. So,
and there might have been some situations where maybe we would have, but I think the score dictated that, hey, we're gonna run this clock.
Yep. So really just a great night to be a Blue Jay. I guess the other story was that there was a lot of penalties tonight. There's 10 on the Blue Jays for some big yardage. There was I only got 6 on the Dutch, but one of them was a 20-yarder, which anytime you get a 20-yard penalty in high school, that's pretty tough to do. But
yeah, I didn't like some of them tonight.
No, I didn't agree with it. We had several disagreements, but either way, it is what it is. A good night to be a Blue Jay. I think we can wrap this up and tell everybody good night and go Blue Jays. What do you think?
Good luck to the Blue Jays next week when they travel to Glenwood. Good luck to Lauren Watson, our cross-country runner tomorrow up in Fort Dodge. It's going to be a chilly one.
It's going to be a chilly one, but I think she runs tougher when it's bad out.
She is a wrestler, so she's got a little more grit than most.
All right, good night. Go Blue Jays.